Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. You're watching for Tech. Finally it's time to do the first GPU and the gaming performance test between the first topmost contender of Android 12 based custom ROM for the OnePlus 6. I am really excited to see who will be the winner of this first round. In the upcoming videos I will do the performance stability test video and the next will be the battery life test video. So finally we will get the idea which custom ROM is good for the battery or the gaming or in the performance, or we will get any one all-rounder ROM instead. These three contenders are the Evolution X ROM, Awaken OS ROM and the Syberia OS. I have done this comparison test at the normal room temperature. As the summer is going on, it's staying between the 43 to 45 degrees Celsius, and while doing the test it may rise up to 60. All of these ROMs are on their latest update having the 5th May security patches, so even the new update came for any ROM while doing this video will not affect the results of the test. OpenGL and the vulkan graphics versions are the same for all the ROMs. I divided this test in the 4 parts. First is the Geekbench OpenGL and vulkan graphics test. Second is the 3D Mark wildlife test for the 4 parameters. Third is the gaming mode features available for each ROMs. And finally, real life BGMI gaming test. Each test gives the 1 point. Finally, the one who will get the more points will be the winner of this test. Now without further ado, let's get started. So the test for the first ROM we will start here is the Evolution X Omega build dated on 20th May. So all the tests are done at the normal room temperature. First I will do the Geekbench test on the OpenGL drivers and I got the score up double to 6.3. Next I switched to the vulkan graphics version and done the Geekbench test, and here I got the score of 1960. So during this test temperature of device risen to the 55 degrees Celsius. So I cooled down the device to the 45 to 48 before start of the new test. Next is the graphics test using the popular 3D Mark wildlife application. Here the 5 tests will be performed. First is the Slingshot Extreme on the OpenGL drivers, Slingshot Extreme on the vulkan graphics, wildlife and the wildlife extreme test. So first test is the Slingshot Extreme. To avoid the time waste, I will directly show you the results. Here I got the 4759. Remember, temperature will rise highly during this test for all the ROMs, so I cooled down the device to some extent below 50 degrees Celsius before start of the new test. Next is the Slingshot Extreme on the OpenGL drivers 3.1. Here I got 3420. For the Slingshot Extreme vulkan drivers I got 4025. Next is the wildlife test. Here I got 1952. For the wildlife extreme I got 608. So it's time to check which game space feature this ROM is using. ROM has the advanced game space available under the Evolver tab. Here we guess the bunch of the setting to tweak the game mode. We also guess the game specific game mode like the standard, performance and the battery life, along with the new experimental angle drivers. When you play the games, we guess the game space overlay button which has the different game modes, FPS info, lock gestures, stay awake and the heads up disable or enable tabs. So I played the BGMI on the HDR mode with the FPS on the Ultra mode. I kept the performance mode on in the game space. While playing the game, FPS remains fluctuating at the start of the game, but when the actual gameplay started, I got the stable 3940 FPS with the amazing smoothness. But device felt warmer while playing the game. The temperature of the device ranging between 46 to 55 degrees Celsius. Now I switched to the AwakenOS to do the whole these tests. Remember, I done the clean flash of the ROM before doing the test and used the ROM at least for the 1 day. This is AwakenOS 2.7 Glacier build of 23rd May. Latest build it just came yesterday, but it doesn't affect our test because all the drivers and the patches are same like old version. As I earlier told that I done this test at the room temperature ranging between 43 to 47 degrees Celsius. First we will do the Geekbench test on the OpenGL drivers and I got the score of double to 57. Next I switched to the vulkan drivers and I got the score of 1837. As usual, temperature of device again rises during the test, so I cooled down the device at 45 to 48 degrees Celsius and started the 3D Mark test. For the Slingshot test I got 5614. For the Slingshot Extreme on the OpenGL drivers I got the 4152. For Slingshot Extreme on the vulkan graphics drivers I got the score of 3787. On the normal wildlife test I got the score of 1873. Next I done the wildlife extreme. Here I got the score of 528. So test for the graphics has been done, so it's time to check the game space available for the AwakenOS. who gets the both new game space and the pixel devices game mode without any tunable setting. No advanced setting available to tune your game mode. You can access other game mode setting only via the game space overlay when you start to play. You gets two overlay button, one is from the game space and another one is from the pixel game mode. Here you get the same game modes like the performance, standard and the battery. New tabs like the FPS mode, stay awake and the heads up options are available, but no disable gesture tab like the Evolution X ROM is not available here. But as this ROM has the pixel devices game mode, you get the YouTube live option which is missing in both the Evolution X and the SyberiaOS. I played BGMI on the HDR and Ultra FPS mode. I can say that whole the game was very smooth, touch response and the swiping, all the things are very responsive. FPS are also stable at 40 FPS similar to the Evolution X. So test for all the ROMs has been completed. Now we will start all these tests for the SyberiaOS at almost same temperatures. This is the 26 May SyberiaOS 5.4 build with the May security patch. I done the Geekbench test on the openGL drivers and I got the score of 2251. Next test has been done for the vulkan drivers in the Geekbench. There I got the score of 1964. This one is the highest score. After this test I cooled down the device and I started the 3D benchmark test. First is for the slingshot. There I got the score of 5964. Next I moved to the slingshot extreme on the openGL 3.1 drivers. After the test I got the score of 4352. Next is the slingshot extreme test on the vulkan drivers. Here I got the score of 4242. For the wildlife test I got the score of 1956. And finally for the score of wildlife extreme test I got 594. It's time to check the game space application available to fine tune your gaming experience. SyberiaOS has the game space tab in the Syberia setting. This one is also have the advanced game space similar to the Evolution X, which has bunch of the tunables to make your gaming experience smooth without any interfere. While playing the game, we got the same game overlay which gives you the FPS meter with all the tabs like the performance mode, FPS meter, stay awake and the heads up. Here similar to the Evolution X and the AwakenOS, gaming experience was really smooth with the constant FPS of 3940 FPS. Touch response and the gaming performance was really smooth, but here still some hitting happens similar to all the previous tested ROM. So you can use the balance mode instead of performance mode and keep the graphics at the smooth to avoid the overheating in all the ROMs we tested. So it's time to compare all these results. Here I made the chart so you can easily judge which ROM has scored the maximum. On the left I mentioned the test we done and on the right there are columns with the ROM name which has score and the green highlight for the ROM that has scored the most. I have given the 1 point for the each green highlight means that it is the best they have given in the test. Syberia was ranked at the top with the point of 6 score, while the Evolution X is at the second rank with the point of 4 score, while AwakenOS ranked at the third with the score of 1. Here we can't underestimate the AwakenOS as you can see the slingshot extreme for the openGL. These tests are very close to the SyberiaOS, where the Evolution X lagging way behind the score as compared to the both the ROMs. For the game space setting, I didn't given the score for the AwakenOS because it doesn't have lots of tunable setting as compared to other two ROMs, but still the AwakenOS game mode is also good. But all the ROMs got very good remark in the actual real life gameplay, even if the AwakenOS has the lowest score in terms of numerical values, which shows that though the numerical values for the performance testing apps may be high or low, but they won't visible in the real life experience. So in my opinion, all these ROMs are really outstanding performer for our OnePlus 6. Still, I will do the separate test for the latest release of the new update of AwakenOS 2.8. Wait for that video. So that's it guys for today. If you think I helped you, please do like and share this video, subscribe our channel, press the bell icon for the notification of our upcoming content. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.